Spy X Family. I am finally doing a Spy X Family review. That's what I'm doing. So what do you think about that, Anya? Okay, relax. I'm Shrez, and this is my Spy X Family review. And if you like anime, then make sure to like and subscribe. Pretty please. Firstly, I would like to admit that I almost didn't even watch this anime, but I came around to it. Which, can you blame me? I mean, imagine somebody's telling you, hey, you should watch this. And I'm like, what's it about? And then they say, it's about a spy adopting a little girl because somehow that'll save the world. Yeah, sure, buddy. Then I realized this was quite pretentious of me. Especially, God forbid, coming from the guy who's done an actual serious, unironic review of Rent-A-Girlfriend. So thankfully, after remembering that, I humbled myself, got off my high horses, and was not let down. Settings for Spy X Family were actually pretty cool. Somewhat of a peacetime, Cold War-y setting in a world of East versus West. The world is constantly low-key at a brink of conflict, but most people are just going about their daily lives normally, none the wiser to all the mayhem happening around them. But there are people, and in this case spies, working in the background to ensure, utter mayhem doesn't occur. Gotta admit, I was caught by surprise, and I am quite a big fan of these settings. But I'm an even bigger fan of someone else. The man himself, Lloyd. The man, the myth. The spy of the family. The man tasked with trying to keep the world from being engulfed in flames, while also wearing a snazzy fedora. And how are you gonna do that, Lloyd? How are you gonna keep the world from being engulfed in the flames? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the How to Start a Family speedrun that requires getting your kid into an elite school as well. And the difficulty setting is set to hardcore. Because if you don't pull this off, Lloyd, everyone's screwed. Now get out of here and make us proud. Good luck. I mean, unbelievable. What a beginning of a show, right? And you gotta give this man Lloyd the credit. Because he did not miss a single beat. Man really pulled up to the orphanage like he was at a Wendy's drive-thru and said, yeah, I'll take today's special. Like, yeah, I'll just take whatever the cool thing is on the menu. And then it turns out instead of getting a side of fries, you get a side of mind-reading powers from the girl you adopted. Amazing. A literal mind reader. And come on, the man just simply has high-tier riz. He rizzed up Yor with Godspeed. Or she was just really desperate. But the results are the same either way, so fuck him. Am I right, Lloyd? Just wait till you realize she's an assassin, you know what I mean? But yeah, this show may have very well had the waifu of the year if I do say so. What? Get her off the screen. Who the hell is editing this? There we go, much better. Yeah, Yor might have been waifu of the year if I do say so myself. I mean, first of all, just look at her. And second of all, this woman is a trained hitter. I mean, she can really kick some you-know-what. And you-know-what? I'd let her. Back to the topic. Anyways, with Lloyd, completing his speedrun in a very timely manner, officially having a wife and having Anya in school, with the hopes of her becoming friends with, like, a family member of the leader of the National Unity Party, I think it was. We finally get to the meat of the story, and the things we love oh so much. And more importantly than any of that, getting to hear this man say elegant. The amount of dopamine released in my brain whenever I hear that one phrase is unbelievable. Honestly, I would like to have just a little red button that the only use for it is clicking it and hearing that word. So if I accomplish something, I just get to slam it and really feel the accomplishment. Drop a like if you feel me on that one. But yes, the meat of the story. But like I said, the fate of the world being determined by a fake family, and unironically, a really loving fake family, and then more importantly, that loving family's daughter getting good grades and making friends with people in school. Yeah, that's a hard one to ask for here. It really throws the old saying of, it's okay, it's not like the world's gonna end, whenever your parents say that thing, if they ever try to cheer you up. But if they don't, then just pretend it's okay, the world's not gonna end. And in this case, the world will, and you're a fucking liar. But it was honestly impressive how much, the seriousness, yet comedy, with a little sprinkle of realism, was all woven together in this show. In so many different areas possible. The fact that they have such a wholesome family that's completely built on lies, but at the same time not necessarily in a bad way, was kind of cool on its own. And how they all have their different reasons from hiding things from one another, every single one of them. And we, the viewer, get to be made aware of that. In Lloyd's case, being a spy, and trying to save the world, he has to keep certain things from them. And, the whole part about the fact that he's being a spy in a adversary country where he could die, that too. Then Yor, being worried about somebody finding out that she's an assassin. And of course, I'm sure how you could see how that might be an issue in almost all situations. But I could be wrong about that. And of course, cute little Anya wanting to help save the world, being wholesome and everything. while also just wanting to have a cool, loving family and like the certain little kid things that she likes, like TV shows and stuff. Yeah, this family is a match made in GTA 5 roleplay heaven, if you will. Okay, something just popped up in my head, and you guys know I gotta bring it up. I'm not letting this slide. This guy right here is a walking, talking sister complex that really had me in danger of falling out of my chair and busting my head wide open because of how hilarious it was. I mean, what is up with this guy? He really had to get drunk just to accept the fact that his sister Yor had gotten married. I mean, and he was just drinking too. He was really on some weird, like, third wheel vibes going on in there, which is kind of weird for, like, a brother thing to do, but oh well. But hey, on the bright side, okay? I could see why he would be mad about her not telling him, at least. I could see that. It's like, we've been through so much together, you're not gonna tell me you got fucking married? Yeah, I kinda get that. And on top of that, he really came in clutch and saved his image at the end there, because if he would have sat there and watched and made them, actually made Lloyd and Yor, kiss, and sat there and watched intently, I would have lost my shit. I don't know what I would have thought, honestly. He did stop them at the last second, and I was like, okay, so this guy has some type of, like, compass, moral compass of, oh, maybe I shouldn't be watching this so intently. I can't bear to watch it, which was weird in its own way, but it would have been really weird if he sat there and watched drunk. So, he saved his ass, in my opinion. If he would have let that go through, I don't even know how I would have felt, honestly. Alright. I'm gonna walk my way out of that topic now, if you don't mind. So, I don't know if any of you can relate to this, by the way. But with the constant change of pace in the story from Yor just deleting people, to simple school things happening and, spy things also happening, because it is Spy X Family. And, at times there are lives that are truly on the line. I got kind of confused because, and by the way, I'm just, one more time, I'm gonna reiterate, this is a me thing. The most suspenseful part of the story where I was kind of, gripping my chair and leaning up and really just engaged was during the most mundane event in the entire probably story, the dodgeball tournament. Somehow, out of all the things going on, actual fighting, saving the world and everything, little moments like that somehow got me the most engaged, and I can't figure out why. I don't know if that's good storytelling, my brain being confused for trying to keep up with so many certain things, but seriously. For some reason, that really felt like the fate of the world. And that might have just been my, like, protect little kid type instincts of not wanting to see Anya get pummeled by your local bodybuilder. Or it could just be showing my dumbness. But I just had to make that known about this story and how it made me feel. And the good news is this is my review, so I can say what I want. And truthfully, there was actually many different things that kept me engaged in the story, actually. For some reason, that was just kind of up there. But there was a lot of different things and a variety of aspects in the story, which was really refreshing considering I wasn't expecting anything from the story. Like I said at the beginning, I almost didn't even watch it. Like in the scene where, Lloyd pulled some strings and became the greatest fake father ever and managed to get Anya a mansion. That was outright absurd on its own, but I really didn't think by the end of that whole event I would find out that Yor is actually the long-lost daughter of Rock Lee from Naruto, and apparently she is the master of the Drunken Fist arts as well. But hey, the more you know. Also, I kind of want to say, I feel like that scene has a little bit of foreshadowing going on there, by the way. Maybe. For the future, and for Lloyd's sake, I hope that's not the case, because I don't think that'd go too well for him, honestly. But I'm just saying, you let me know what you think down below. But that feels like some foreshadowing, some possible Lloyd versus Yor action going on in the future. A little test fight, if you will. I don't know. That could just be me making shit up. That's totally possible. And then the little details they put into almost every aspect of the story as well. Like good old Becky being the one kid that takes in the weird kid that nobody likes under a wing. Because, screw the haters. And some of you watching might be confused on why something like that would be good to me. I mean, it's a story, you would expect that from writing, right? But to me, you would actually be surprised how many animes have like this overarching theme that it gets into, and then they let the small things kind of slip. And that's not to say that these animes were bad, it just wasn't as relevant to the story, so it didn't matter so much. It's almost like they forgot how humans interact on a basic level because there's some overarching goal. And no, I'm not some type of anime elitist who needs every single detail about anime to be spot on, squeaky clean. Every aspect needs to be one-to-one. Oh, no human would say that. No. Once again, I said it earlier, I made a full review of Rent-A-Girlfriend. You obviously know I don't care that much. But I did like those little touches in an anime that could be easily forgotten, especially with all these other little side plots developing. And then there was these little minute animation details that I found really nice while watching, like with Damien. Whenever we get to see Anya from his point of view, the artwork changes and turns her into like this really cute and at the exact same time kind of really creepy looking Anya. Yeah, both of those at the exact same time. But I did like that. Changing artwork because of what a different character sees whenever they look at something. Kind of like the red rose glasses. The different perspectives of people can completely change how something looks altogether, even if you're looking at the same thing. A difference from the person in the story versus us, the audience. Anyways, regardless of all this, I would just like to say we love you, Anya. Somehow you managed to make all of our hearts warm. And simultaneously, whenever things really get rough, you do manage to come in clutch. When the fate of the world's on the line, when the aliens are facing their beams at the planet Earth, we know we can count on you, Anya. And hey, how can everyone hate an anime that has a character like the dog himself? Am I right? I'm sure that made the My Anime Reviews ranking get a whole nother point, probably. That dog's the GOAT, but the dog's a dog. And the dog's a goat. You know what I mean. Anyways, I know this review was a bit all over the place, and I touched on some different topics here and there that kind of just occurred to me as I was going, but I feel like I covered mainly the things that I really liked about it. And I really did like watching the story progress, and really do hope it gets renewed for another season. So anyways, I think that about covers it. I've got a tight schedule, okay? With the whole, anime watching thing I gotta do. Which can actually be pretty conflicting when it comes to, making videos about anime while actually wanting to watch them. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a comment what you felt about Spy X Family if you haven't watched it yet. Are you planning to? And I hope to see you in a future video.